5. Pawn 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 5.
G'day guys, I hope you guys can hear me because I am fairly quiet today, and that's just because I did lose my voice. If you guys can hear me, just send me a quick thumbs up. I am a little quiet, so I'm might need to turn myself up. Sorry. What I'm doing now is going to quickly fix my video capture. focus and expose. Perfect. Alrighty, g'day guys. Welcome to Friday's stream, which is Azure and Chill. So today we're just going to be smashing pasta tests. I'm going to try and get all the pasta tests written for this before we can then go any before I can finish the C# service. So yeah, see how we go. It's Friday, so I'm hoping that I can get some of this done. We'll pretty much go for a couple of hours since half an hour Bub's going to have a bath and then my wife will feed her. So I'm generally kicked out for a little bit of time, but we'll go from there. G'day Delio, how you going, mate? Actually I was going to ask, how's your new job and like where's the new digs at? Um, uh, oh, fantastic. Chocolate itself, that's really good. August the 5th, congratulations, mate. Congratulations, definitely well deserved. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Yeah. Yeah, I think chocolate is really, really good. Right now I'm lurking and writing chapter. Yeah, I've done a bit of work on my chapter, but I'm just kind of I need to sort out a few issues, so I've just got to deal with all the Git stuff. But what I'm doing is I'm writing it in Word initially. Hang on, it's really hot. I'm gonna turn the fan on. I'm writing it in Word initially, and then I'm kind of just gonna copy and paste it into VS Code and then get it ready for uploading. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Have you tried the linting Docker container thing? No, I haven't even got around to looking at it, to be honest. So I'm kind of like, I just want to get, like, my focus is write the chapter, and then I can worry about all that other stuff. G'day Glenn, how you going? Yeah, like my chapters at the end of the day, I'm just more focused on get the chapter done, and then get it going. How's WA going, Glenn? How's Puppet life? Sunny and yep. I'm just saying, you guys, beforehand, if you hear me and I'm sounding pretty terrible, that's because I did lose my voice yesterday. So I'm kind of going to be a little bit quiet today. I'm not going to be, yeah. I will have to learn a lot about Puppet soon. Oh yeah. All right. I think that's everyone. Everyone's going to be reading that chapter. Uh, yeah, anyway, so I'm just gonna be, you guys can carry on. I'm just gonna be smashing this out. So today, yeah, one of the things I've been doing is, it's actually really cool. As one of my PowerShell modules at work that we have been spending a bit of time in VSTS and setting up a CID, continuous integration delivery pipeline. So I wrote a build script, and you kind of just baby step the whole process out. And now I'm in a much better position now. So I basically got continuous integration now being delivered, so I don't have to do manual deployments and things like that. And it's just really quite frustrating, but it's just so good now. I've got it all down pat, and I spent a good amount of time and just nailing out that process. So yeah, it's really cool. I love it. Like, I love it so much. That's just little simple things that basically makes things so much better. So that, for example, like just running pesta tests. So I've just got a pesta test that will just, yep, go smash that, get that going. If like it will not pull, like, so I basically got pesta tests. It'll run pesta tests on the development branch. And then if it goes to master, so it'll run it occasionally every night against the development branch, but for you to pull it into master, to be able to do a release, it actually has to pass those tests. So it's a mandatory, mandatory. So it just means that basically, then once that's done, then my automated release pipeline kicks in and then starts packaging the packages, and yeah, I did find one annoying thing about compress archive, which is that basically if you add the files themselves, it treats that as like adding files just into a flat directory structure. But if you add the directory itself, it actually preserves the structure. So yeah, I was like opening up a zip file and I just see like 30 files and I'm like, what's going on here? And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I had to write a way to mitigate that. But anyway, all right. So first things first, I'm going to actually write some extra pester into before I'm going to actually write an after all into this because we need to clean up our code. So one of the things I have in here was invoke SQL query cleanup. So I'm just going to quickly start on this and just get those cleanup jobs written so we don't have to worry about anything there. So, it's actually something I forgot to mention is recently we've got something really exciting coming on the pipeline where a lot of my time now is kind of like I generally I spend a lot of time in Identity Manager, but obviously PowerShell is my bread and butter. But I still spend a lot of time in C#. We've gotten approval to actually start building a in a, it's a we were basically marketing it as a potential replacement to Microsoft Identity Manager. It's written specifically in the cloud, targeting cloud resources and APIs. So basically all powered by functions and service bus technology. So yeah, I'm actually really pumped for that. Yeah. Sorry if sorry, I'm just gonna shut up because I'm generally feel like I'm gonna lose my voice again. I need to go get that code. So what I'm doing here is I'm just basically grabbing my template. So I've got two VS windows open because this is running my functions itself, and then this is just running the tests. PowerShell workspaces is terrible for debugging. So if I attach a debugger, it needs to be running in the parent directory. Nah, man, I'm good. Like I don't have I'm completely fine. Like I could go for like a 5K run. I'm completely fine. It's just I lost my voice. It's at the very last part of this cold as I lost my voice. At the end of the day, though, I spend most of my time working at home, so I'm generally like quite, I'm on my own and don't have to do anything. So I'm kind of don't have to interact with anyone, and it's fantastic. So I don't have to worry about all the talking to anyone. I can keep my voice sweet. PowerShell hookups. Just checking how to look after it. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Nah, man, I'm all good. Yeah, I'm all good, man. What day is it? It's the 12th. Okay, not for a while. I actually thought I was like, oh wait, when's the next paintball game? I realized I was gonna have to like go to a paintball game and expect to just yell at people, and I thought, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to do that. I just need the require statement. I've got 60 stickers being delivered. Oh, nice. What are those? What are those stickers? Googling, can a function require statement be inside a function? About requires PowerShell. What conference is that? This is the longest AZ module import ever. Okay, cool. Just want to see if this can work. Oh, I'm going to show the password, guys. No, not really. To be honest, it's a secure string anyway. Yeah, it's secure string, sweet. Attending, not speaking. DDD Perth conference. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was actually really hoping I could get an opportunity to speak at whatchamacallit, at NDC, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm not overly, like, at the end of the day though, like I personally do have issues with some of the speakers because I just don't think they have anything positive to contribute. But at the end of the day though, it is what it is. Like, you're just gonna have that, at any place. So, okay, so SQL password, Spark demo. Okay, so that's pretty much. I don't need to invoke a read because we're just doing a full-on SMS. We're stepping into DBA life. DBA life. It's kind of funny, I never admit it, but I do a lot of work with SQL. So what I'm going to do here, lol can't post URL. Really? Give me 2 secs. Hang on, give me 2 secs. Nope, and no swearing. Ask me how I know. Blah, blah, blah. Twitchbot high score. I think Glenn is the Twitchbot high score. Like, though, I think it was when I did my very first meetup on this channel, and some guys like wrote in the channel, like he wrote like, what was it? It was, you guys are such a bunch of nerds, and blah blah blah. And then I was kind of like, you know what? I'm a nerd, like 100%. Yes, I'm a nerd. But at the same time, though, I'm like, I'm a nerd that earns from in 6 figures, so don't like. At the end of the day, though, like, mate, I get paid very well for what I do. GUID is equal to. Oh no, I don't want GUID. I want computer name target. Just take my PowerShell hat off and not actually do a just cleaning up all these test rows. I don't really care if I nuke the table, to be honest, but I'm just gonna clean everything up. So now what I can do is I can actually paste this in here. I don't need any of that. And the computer name is the same across everything. So what I can do here is if we go start job down here, the body of the computer is pest to test. So now I can just say clean everything up from pest to test. Just going to write as a warning. It's not the end of the world, but it will potentially fail to clean up. This could have a negative impact. Something like that. So response body, we actually can get rid of that, lol. We don't need that. The only thing we need is that. We don't really care about output. The only output I'm going to write is just output to this actual stream itself. That's pretty much that. So now, if I go to start job.tests, then we can actually just do this, invoke SQL cleanup. Just get rid of that. Clean up the SQL table. So now when we run our tests, it'll clean up after itself, which is really smart. So it's really, before I run my tests, I actually need a starter debugging. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Don't actually need to debug, I'm just going to functionally start the process. So like so, and we can just basically start our tests. So that should be executing. Yeah, we can see it's executing our function. So inserting a start job. So if I do a quick select everything here, we should see our pest to test right there. So now it's actually running our tests. We've got a require statement on the so we've got our 9 tests passed. So if I rerun this, it should actually clean it up. And there we go, gone, perfect. So now that basically just cleans up my tables and everything is good with the world. So we fixed that one. So now we need to go back to request jobs. So after all, I'll just paste that in there like that, clean up the SQL tables after use. So now it's going to send a layout. So after each of these tests, it's actually running a cleanup on that table. The reason why is because what we're doing here in this test is we got a first test which is basically sending a single job, and then we're actually sending a multi-job. So I'm actually needing the tables to be flushed before we can go further. Once we've done that, so I'm just sending count should be 4. Then we're deserializing and executing the input, which should just be a right output pester test. So to validate that actually was successfully encoded and decoded the base 64. And then basically after that, I have no idea what I'm doing here. So I am looking for errors, but I'm probably going to comment this out for the time being. I'm going to test the first half of my test before we go any further. So like so, and let's go run them, see what happens. I expect this not to work at all, but who knows. So first thing it's doing is it's actually sending an initial job. So so you can see there's a break error occurred in the context block. Okay, perfect. So the second one should completely failed out as well. Okay, so we've got two fail outs. Let's make sure, yep, sweet. So next thing we need to do is work out why. So so first, this is actually, it's not executed itself. So that should have queued a job up. So I'm just going to drop a breakpoint there. I'm going to start debugging. So we know this is working. So what I'm having a quick look at is the parameters. Oh, sweet, it's actually working this time. So that wasn't working before. I didn't get interactive debugging. Okay, so there's your problem there for some reason. Okay, so for some reason, the reason why that's not working is because I converted it to JSON. So what I need to do is stop debugging here. So why am I doing this? I can just copy and paste it. Perfect. So now we're just running these tests and see how we go. And then we should be alright. It's always the most annoying part is waiting. It's a good start. Oh, it's because I'm in the debug session, derp. I've crashed my session. That's fine. So I'm going to do is just can it. Yeah, restart it. So I've done that. Let's rerun it. Here we go. Importing pester module. Yeah, this is the problem with integration testing. The actual function is the fact that it takes time. So we know, okay, single job should work, multi-job shouldn't. Okay, that's not working. So why is that? Why is that? Just gonna breakpoint that. Just gonna stop it. I'm just gonna can it. I don't particularly, at the end of the day, I don't really. Yes, I would love to restart it. Great, VS Code's hung. It really has hung. Yep, VS Code is literally hung on me. Look at that. No interaction at all. Fantastic. I'm just gonna can it, it's fine. Oh gosh, yeah, it's bad, it's bad, it's broken. There's reopen. There we go. We're back, we're back. We're back. So we're on request job, so now we're coming down here. I'm just gonna breakpoint this right there. Like so. And then let's just run our tests. Actually didn't even hit the breakpoint. Debug and rerun it. Okay, now we're in breakpoint mode. Let's have a look. That looks legitimate. What's it coming back with? It's failing. Why is it failing? That's the question now. So, I'm just gonna see if params is still there. Just gonna stop this. So that's a good start. I'm just gonna quickly do this. Yeah, it's definitely hung. Debugger doesn't really like quit as nicely as it should, but that's one thing I don't like is when you shift F5, it should just be able to terminate it, but it takes a little while. Anyway, request job. Okay, so what's parameters winching about? Just gonna grab this and do a good old computer name key value is empty. Now we wander over here. Why is it empty? Computer name key does not exist. Why doesn't it exist? So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to breakpoint that. I'm going to control C this. Yes. So the test is being legit. The function is not executing correctly, but that's okay. We can get this out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. I'm going to actually hook it. Oh, damn it. The reason why it didn't work was I didn't actually put a wait debugger in there. So terminate batch job. Yep, that's fine. So Azure Functions, you have to put a wait debugger in there or it won't work. Let's relaunch. Good to go. Run it. Here we go. Now we're hooked. We load. Now we're attached. So let's have a look at what's in request query. computer name value. Okay, so now we can actually have a look in here and what's going on. So it's looking for property computer name, which is there. I think what's broken is this. So what's the object type? Okay. So the reason why it's not working is because that needs to be .name. I've just kind of done it this way because specifying the full assembly, it just irks me up so bad. It actually worries me a bit. Anyway. Oh, it's getting dark. Hang on one sec. Gotta turn the old light thingy on. Do that. And do that. There we go. You know we can't see you. Is that better? I had the filter on. So the reason why is because of that. So what I need to do is I'm just going to can the exit debugger. Yeah, that's fine. And then I'm going to go to task and end the task. So task is ended, we're done. So .name. So what I'm going to do here, is open up a new VS Code window. And I'm going to go have a look at this piece of code. PowerShell. So I'm not looking at that. What I'm looking at is the functions directory, which is not that one. Azure script functions. Test object property. Oh. No, it wasn't within the parent. That's parent directory. Yes, that's the same. So I need to actually update that. So I need to put that on my to-do list to update that function for everything else. So that we'll quickly do now to fix that issue. So get type.name is like dictionary, and then what we can do is what we will do. Functions is stop. So see, that is incorrect. So I've actually got a bit of work that I need to work with. So that's HTTP local send. So that one was fixed. Test object property. This one here, that needs to be fixed. This one needs to be fixed. It's this one. Yeah, that one doesn't need to be fixed, that's fine. That one doesn't need to be fixed. That doesn't need to be fixed. Just quickly check it. This one needs to be fixed. So 2 seconds. I've just gone and updated all my jobs. Perfect. So we fixed that. Let's restart it. We'll hook it in again, see what happens. So we'll rehook. I'm just gonna, yeah, we're gonna keep the wait debugger there, and we're just gonna see what happens. I just want to make sure that that still works. So like so, hit that, reload this, hooked. Let's go. Start looking around. So now it shouldn't be null. Should be type dictionary. Oh, what? What's the object? So you're saying it doesn't. It also helps if I can spell. That's a really good facet. Just seeing if that's actually spelled correctly. That's why it's not legit. Now I have to actually go and update it again. This is going to be quicker though, because now I have a before and after. I'm just going to terminate. This will exit. That's fine. I'll wait for that to kind of sort itself out. We can reopen VS Code. And that should open to Bruce Park. And then yeah, apparently I can't spell. Fantastic. So, Newtonsoft. I'm going to exclude use. Just make sure I'm replacing the right file. So, yep, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And replace all. Look at that. Sorted. I'm going to keep it open because I don't want to have to open it again. Wait for old mate to come back and stop hanging. I'll just close it and open it. While we're waiting on that, let's restart this bad boy. So, name type is ended. That's fine. Let's restart you. And we can restart. So again, I'm just going to quickly step through, make sure that's fine. I'm probably going to find some more errors with this, but that's part and parcel of the process. We're in, we just hit this, that's the easiest way to do it. Reload, hit lock. Yep. Copy that. I just want to see this executes in its own. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay. Control C. Exit. I'm going to kind of clean out that. Before we do it again, I am going to remove. It's always the small things. It really is. I'm just going to find and remove all this crap and get rid of it all. We don't need it anymore. It can go. So that's fixed. So there goes that stupid line. And now we should be ready to relaunch. I'm going to unhook it now. Yep, that's fine. I'm going to unhook, get rid of that breakpoint, save it, and reattach. And this should just hand me back what I need to see. Oh, yeah, fantastic. Will that work? No, it hasn't. For some reason, it hasn't. Computer key value name is, I'm just going to control F5 that. No, it's legitimately stopped. So now's another reason why. So again, just going to hook, we're going to step. It's also due to the fact that the SQL row doesn't exist. But I don't think it says the computer name key value is empty, so it should not, shouldn't be a problem. Just going to get the enumerators. This function is going to need a lot more work. So it works for a hash table. For a dictionary, it's slightly different. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to change this so that basically, I didn't want that. For a dictionary, it's reload. Fantastic. For a dictionary, it's actually going to process differently because I think it's going to need to. So that's fine though. That's what we need to do is just rewrite this piece of code. Just drop that down in there. So I'm just going to reboot that. Yeah, that's fine. I have no idea what to put in here yet, so I'm just going to do a quick write host. So I have something to breakpoint on. But we need to kind of work out what we need to put in here to actually work out whether it's whether the property exists. Yeah, so I'm just gonna relaunch it. Load that up, and we should. I need to reload. Oh, why did I do that? Anyway, cancel. I broke it because I did have a wait debugger. Let's do it again. Oh wait, I'm gonna wait for function host start. I am going to just drop a breakpoint there though. Oh, okay. There's some errors. Try catch. Finally block. What's wrong with that? That's fine. That's fine. Brackets are fine. What's wrong with that? Try stat catch. Okay, that. Oh, that's bad. Yes, I caught it. G'day, Shane. How you going? Yeah, I need to basically, because what we were doing here is just, I think, oh, that's why. It's because I need an extra one there. There we go. Fixed. Huh? Module, PowerShell, utility. Okay. Just restart it. This thing I really don't like is it's trying to, there's already a configuration. If there's a way I can adjust that. It's like a timeout. There's got to be a timeout somewhere. So let's just relaunch it. See if, okay, now we're back in business. Sweet. So now, host lock acquired. We're now stopped. So if I relaunch, I should hook in. Yep. Now, let's step like we mean it. Okay, now we can actually have a look. This object is that. It's perfect. Use my where. What am I testing? I don't even remember what I'm testing. Is it prop? For each property. Use get member to locate the property. If the collection contains true, then the property exists. If not, for each property. Okay, yep, okay. So property, that's just a string array. So I can just say so now I have my answer. So object.keys. So I'm just going to do this. So it doesn't exist. I was thinking, I'm like, how does that work? I was like, why is that returning false? And then I forgot I still put a not in there. So anyway, so process is a dictionary element. It's not the property. Yep, that should fix that. I'm just going to test it. If it works, perfect. Then I'm going to update the rest of them. If it doesn't, then yeah, I just don't particularly want to spend the rest of my time going back and forth and doing that. All right. So, we're not in debug. Let's relaunch. I'm just gonna can that. Sorry guys, if you can hear Bob next door, she is super excited. She's just come from bath time and she loves bath time, but she's also in a bad mood because she's getting dressed to go to bed. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I got jobs, so it works. That's actually a bug though, because it's returned jobs, but it shouldn't have, because the computer doesn't exist in SQL. So that should be it. It actually should return an error, but that's okay. That is okay. Missing closing. Well, yeah, that's fine because I hit F8. So what we can do now is we'll go back, scroll down. Unhook that, comment that out. Should be able to hit this again. We shouldn't get an error. We didn't. Perfect. Well, not perfect because it should return an error, but it's adequate for now. So there's another error that we need to troubleshoot that, but now if we head back, first things first, we need to actually update our code before I forget. So what we do is go here, do that, find that. Okay, we got all our regions. Head back in here. Okay, now we have a quick squiz. Yep, this one needs to be updated. Minimize. This one needs to be updated. That one doesn't need to be updated, that's the one we've just done. That needs to be updated. needs to be updated. Needs to be updated. And this one needs to be updated. Perfect. So we're launched. Got our tests. Quest job. Should actually get a legitimate response this time. Let's run our tests. Now we wait. I should actually put some music on. I don't want to get. Oh god, yeah, that's. Oh no, that's. That's a pain in the backside. Alright. Just hit that. I'll do that. I'm gonna do that. And I'll just stick some music on. That's awfully loud. There we go. Okay, I have no idea what this is. Why am I getting like... So there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, what? Oh, I'm guessing that, yeah, okay, royalty free music is being a pain. Okay. Oh well. Should not be null. That's fine. I love how it closes it. Let's receive job. Should be nothing in here. Perfect. I'm actually, yeah. What the hell? Did it literally? No, I pray that it has an overwrite one. Oh, it's request job. Okay. Testing response job property. Okay. That's a problem right there. Actually should be a job. So I'm going to check SQL. There's a job. So that proves that the function's not working properly, because a job should have come back and it hasn't queried it correctly. So we now know that pest tests are operating as per normal. I'll let that just kind of run through and clean itself up, and we'll go have a look at what's going on in here. What do we got? Status is queued. The problem is that this old mate is going to cause a massive headache with debugging, because I need to be able to execute an SQL query. I might be able to stick a wait debugger after it actually and see how we go. Computer name, target, status. So I'm going to do a stick a wait debugger here, see if we terminate the old mate. Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Close you. So I'm gonna re-execute this so it doesn't actually execute the cleanup, so it can actually troubleshoot the debugger. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway. So we should be hooked. So we're on HTTP request job. So now if I restart it, this is what I'm gonna have. This is gonna make it trouble deep. This is gonna make it a massive issue trying to debug. Alright, I'm gonna statically set the camera because it's getting losing focus from all the color shifts. Okay. This is the problem I'm going to have. This is going to be a massive pain. It's the fact that I can't actually properly debug this. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to troubleshoot this, because we need to debug it, but I can't debug it because I'm using secure strings, and I need that secure string to execute the PowerShell on this SQL. I think I'm just going to have to kind of wing it. So we're assuming that select with import XML from remote code execution where computer name, target, and status is equal to queued. Its status is queued, that should be fine. Where computer name from remote code execution, I'm just going to check it. What's the computer name? Pest to test. That's working perfectly. There's my GUID, there's my XML. So what this probably means is so that's working. That's good to know. I'm just going to stop debugging because it's just going to crash. Let's Yeah, it's stopped anyway. So let's invoke that. That should be fine. That should be no issues. It's an invoke read, no issues there. There's a problem receiving a HTTP jobs. That was never actually kicked, so I don't think it's that. It's returning a job. Yep, so it's basically saying where import cli XML is not equal to string empty. So that's the only thing I can think of is that SQL table doesn't support that type. It doesn't have the where. I'm gonna test that. Quick way to test that. We're in our test. No, we're not. We're out. Sweet. Let's just do this. Just gonna quickly paste this in Notepad and just gonna update this. Do a quick select. This is really dirty. What I'm trying to do, just do this, paste that there, and then just do that, F8 that, get rid of that. I'll just leave that there for the time being. It's in, oh shoot, I need to invoke read. Okay, so that worked. It's going to store as a variable, and I just want to have a look at what members it has. What method it has. Yeah, see, it doesn't have the where. The where method. I'm going to... How many is in there? How many rows are in there? It's just one at the moment. I'm going to quickly... Is this currently running? No, it's not. Just stop that. My idea here is I'm just going to create a quick entry in here. So that's done. Okay, so there's two values in there now. So my idea is if I go back into here and I redefine my SQL parameters, like so. So now we've got two values. Does it support where? No, it doesn't. So that's the reason why it's not working, is because it doesn't exist. sweet, we found it. Alright, so what we need to do here. So, let's just pop it back to where objects. Like so. And this should actually give us a value back. So now if we rerun this, I'm going to need to run invoke SQL cleanup. I can just do this, to be honest. That'll clean up SQL. Sweet. Alright, let's rerun our tests. So we should now see a response if I hit this computer name is pester test. We should actually get a legitimate response now. Oh no, we're not, because old mate's got a wait debugger in there and that's gonna break everything. I'm just gonna restart it. Yeah, that's fine. And now we wait, restart. I think it's not, because it's not going to have anything there. There's nothing there to begin with. Well, we could actually just use computer name actually as A, because we know that that's a value. So if I just re-execute it with A, we should get a job at least. No, don't even get a job with that. Am I selecting the even right values though? So if we go back, what am I doing? Import call XML. Invoke SQL cleanup, no. So I'm just going to rerun this. So that's done. That should have a multi-value now, so if I go have a quick look. Yes. It's not returning my jobs, but that's okay. So those are come back, so now we know that's fine. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm literally just going to step this code through the console so I can work out what's going on. So what I'm going to do here is jump back in here. So I'll set that as that. Copy that. Method invocation failed because system.string does not contain a method. No. That's the second reason why it's not. Oh, actually, no. We'll see if it will job convert to JSON. That's what I'm worried about. So we need to actually pick those values out. So that's an issue there. So clean that up. And now I need to cast them as type. I wonder if there's as hash table. So what I'm going to do is come back here. And I'm going to see. What do I need anyway? What am I outputting? Jobs. So what I'm thinking is doing something like this. Because there can be multiple jobs. We need to convert the jobs as a hash table because it's as a data type row. So there's no method that we can just serialize quickly. So what we can do, I'm gonna actually, hang on. Cast it, and that should be a type. Hash table, perfect. I think so. That's fixed that part there. So if we go back, we fixed this part. I don't think there's going to be any issues with that, so we can just correct this. Just so you know, guys, if you're watching and you're wondering why I'm debugging like this, is because Azure's functions doesn't support debugging with secure strings. So if I put a wait debug in an Azure function, it will basically just lock up and I can't debug it. So I've kind of have to innovate a bit here to kind of get around it. So this should actually fix it. So if I rerun it, yes! Look at that, chicken dinner. I think one thing I am going to test now is quickly, before I do anything else, so I'm going to jump back in here. There is a PR raised. I've also added that PR to that PR. So yeah, Tyler is looking at it, but I've also had a chat with Tyler about it as well. Yeah, but basically there is no issue. It's seems to be, it's not to do with the Azure function itself. It's actually to do with the PowerShell. So yeah, a little bit of weirdness happening there. Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to recreate another item. So there should be 2 of them in there. So there's my 2 values. Now, if I refresh this, we should actually have, look at that. That's what I'm looking for. Sweet. So now we can actually start running our tester tests. So there's issue with testing single job. What's going on down there? REST response jobs count should be 1. Expected 1 but got 3. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The reason why is because I didn't clean up. So now if I rerun it, it should be fine. Convert from base 64. Can't provide parameter encoded text because it's an empty string. Where's that? That's at 94. Because that needs a dot jobs. So what I've so like so. Now the execution is completed. After all, we'll clean up those tables. We should see now all those tests pass. If I just scroll down. Okay, so deserialization and execution hasn't worked. That's fine. Multi-job should work as well, but I haven't fully tested it, so we'll find out. I don't think deserialization and execution, well, no, there you go, it hasn't worked at all. So we go, let's have a look at serialization and execution. So REST response jobs convert from base 64, should be pester test, yep. Response status code does not indicate success. Oh, sorry, no. Serialization. Exception calling from base 64 string. Input is not a valid base 64 string, or it contains a non-base 64 character, more than 2 padding or illegal character among the padded characters. Interesting. Interesting. That is very interesting. I think the reason why I'm gonna debug it. We're gonna have a look at why. There's no point speculating when we can just go right down in the guts of it and find out. So the reason why it's not working is because I didn't select the correct property. So I've actually returned the GUID as well as the input CLI XML. So I'm just like, yeah, convert the entire object. Yeah, nah. Yeah, nah, mate. Yeah, nah. Stop execution. So that should fix it. So our first set of tests should pass now. If only old mate would, yeah, I'm just gonna crash it and then we'll restart it. Let's rerun our tests. I feel like now I'm spending so much more time in Pesta, which is really good. Ooh, okay. So should be Pesta test. Expected strings to be the same, but they were different. Expected length 10, actual length 25. Well, that's a problem. It didn't dot source it in. It should have dot sourced it. So we need to now work out why that did not work. It should have dot sourced it. Let's rerun it. Also, if you, I did lose my voice yesterday, so I'm kind of like, if you kind of hear me, sounded pretty terrible. That's the reason why. I'm just going to see what's going on here. Huh, look at that. It's not actually dot sourcing it. It's not dot sourcing it at all. The reason why is because I actually need to raise it as a script block and then actually inject it inside. So I should have not hit tab and thought I was going to be lucky. If I raise a script block, sorry, it's going to do something here. Var what's the if in doubt, take a shortcut and go the other way. What did I say? I said script block, didn't I? Alright, off to MSDN. Let's go have a look at it. That ain't gonna work. I feel like it's not going to do nothing because it's a nested parentheses. Why is that not invoking? It's gonna do something.
Pawn 5.
I've done this before. How have I done this? I've done this before. I just can't remember how I've done it. Because I need to actually write the code and then execute it to test it actually. Is the Is that a static method? There we go. Okay, so now grab that, paste that back there. Let's find out what happens. That's totally understandable. Aha! Alright, alright, alright. Now we're cooking with gas. So, what I can do here... That should be it. How can we test it? Run it. They must be... Oh, it also helps if I actually do it properly. Helps if I actually do so if I rerun this, there we go, sweet, now we're in business. If I run this, there we go, sweet. Alright, let's stop debugging, let's grab that. need to update that down here. I'm just gonna leave that there so I can. So now, if we rerun it, we should actually get our happy result. So I'm not even, I'm just gonna smash this out. It's actually going to fail because I haven't cleaned up the database. So I've terminated the pesta test halfway through, and it didn't actually get to run the Vec SQL cleanup. So fun, but it is what it is. We're in debug as well. I'm just going to stop it. If I could clean up. It's just resetting all the tables. Can I, that's fine. Alright, let's keep cracking on. Nice, nice. Very good result. Very, very good result. Alright, so now that first part's good. This is not going to work because we need to fix that piece of code. Okay, that's done. Alright, next part. Oh, screen's changing. Nightmare's just flicked on. Alright, I think this is good. This should be good to go. So, testing REST response, REST response.jobs, REST response.error, response.jobs.count should be 4 from 0 to 3. So this is where I reckon the pain's going to be, but we've obviously nutted out most of it, so we should be right. And in the background, my functions is going berserk. That's gonna create multiple. It's like, leave me alone. there's another job. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love it when it works and I don't have to test it. That is fantastic. Oh, that is... I thought there was, honestly, I thought there was going to be an issue in here. Oh, I just love it when it comes together. That's fantastic. So all my tests are passed. It's able to cater for single jobs, multi-jobs. Good to go. Yeah, no worries, Shane, mate. It's good to see you, mate. Hope to catch you next time. So now we actually get to have some fun and start sending. We need to test the bad errors. So we need to test the bad stuff. So what do we need to look for? Computer name. So missing computer name. That's pretty easy. I think I can send it an error. I Well, it's 70% of my code. It's really, I'm just going to send it a no query, no value query, and then we're just going to leave it there. So what we're going to do here is go that, that. I'm sending. So we're going to send it a bad job. That's one of them. I think we're just going to send it a bad one, and then we'll just leave it there. That's plenty of code coverage. Excuse me. Computer name. No, that's for all. That's interesting. I don't think that's going to work, but that's fine. Just wondering, will that splat work? Because it's inside a script block. I don't think splats work inside of script blocks. Well, it's one way to find out. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I don't know if that's gonna work, so I'm just gonna execute it and see what happens. Oh, just cracked my hip. Thought that was going to be the case. You can't. I didn't think it was going to work, but yes, you cannot put a parameter block, a splattable parameter block inside a script. So what we're going to do. It should work. Alright. So we've got sending invalid key. So if we scroll right up, look at that, done. So that works, which means the final test we need to write is what happens if we send test the response with an empty string. So I'm just going to send it absolutely nothing. Literally, that's it. So this should pass as well. And it should say there's an error. The property exists, but because there's nothing there, it should actually come back and say there's nothing there. So let's give that a go. Alrighty, let's give that a go. Cool. I'm just gonna update that test name. I just said missing. Look at that, done. All right, that's going to be my code base for that. We're happy. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. So we now know we've got start job, request job. They're done. Now we get to go the next step further and do a center job. So we're past the halfway mark. Send job's actually going to be fairly easy because we're just going to be basically sending the job back. The following code should be then be able to measure its response. Now the question is, do I do this now or do I do this later? Because I really kind of, I don't know, I'm just feeling a little bit over it at the moment. So I'm tossing up maybe I might jump in, let's do some C# because I kind of need to get that working as well. Yeah, let's do that. So actually, so what I've been working on is these classes. So I've been working not on this. I've wrote a res handler so we can actually start doing that. I do have to add a handler to handle a response and things like that. But that's okay. So I've got request new jobs. So computer name, static environment, machine name, serialize the response, deserialize the response. So it'll send the response back. Send new job. So just thinking how I'm going to do this. How's it requesting a job? So if we have a quick look here, service 1, service 1. Okay, so it's requesting it from there, that's fine. So it's basically building a string there, that's fine. So it's actually encoded in there, so I don't have to deal with that. 083, these are jobs. So now I actually need to build a schema for that. So I've got so how's it deserializing? That's not going to work. I need to fix that up. wrong with that?
Bond 5. Bond 5.
What is wrong with that? Public list HTTP first. It's because it needs to be like that. So now, if I can actually, we don't need to have it as a list. It just needs to. It's going to be a single object that'll come back. Cannot complicitly convert type. Okay, so the reason why is because that is type there. That fixes that. So here's my jobs, here's my details, so it'll deserialize according to that. That's fine. So now all I need to do is so request the job, so it'll get the job. So we go back to here. We need to get the job. That's my definition. Cannot convert. What's it having a whinge about? It's not a list. I haven't used the while statement in ages. See you, mate. Take care, dude. That's not whilst using. Source. Is it disposable? I think it is. It's not. That's fine. Can I make it disposable? It's gonna make it disposable. Implementing disposable correctly. Stack Overflow. Alright, well, if I don't need to use it, I'm not going to use it. What's heap cast type? How do we cast type? I totally forgot. Having a massive memory blank. I'm literally having a memory blank. Oh, it helps if there we go. So now Okay.
Band 5. Band 5. Band 5. Band 5.
Classes.
Band 5. Band 5.
Alrighty.
Band 5.
Alrighty, so we've basically decoded the XML now. Now we actually go around and execute it. So I'm going to go pull up my class that I have lying around that I wrote. Just going to plug it in and we'll be good to go. So, I am looking for my snippets. How can I view these? Power. Following. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Where did I put my snippets? Contributions, yeah, that's fine. Where is it? GitHub. No, GitHub. Show snippets. Pay dirt. Yeah. Alrighty. I need to do that. Clean up all the duplicates. Namespace, system management, missing assembly reference, quick fix. I need that. I need. Oh, what did I just do? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. PowerShell instance, system management, automation, PowerShell.create. We need to obviously add that. That's fine. List string parameter array. So I'm gonna need to build that out. Public async. And then we're going to basically be able to pass our parameters in. So what I'm doing here is to execute PowerShell, I'm basically wrapping a function around the executed code so it can actually capture the output. So what I did here was I did an invoke wrapper, which is just a function I quickly put together. Then it basically passes the script block. And then basically I then go to actually invoke the wrapper, but I pass the parameter set inside of here. So this parameter set is basically just a simple string that it joins together, but it contains each of the key values that basically the parameters are expecting. So it's quite clever that way. Can you build? Hell no. So list parameter array, new list strings. So the thing I need to do is basically add automation PowerShell. That's fine though. So what I am going to do now, I'm just thinking about how I'm going to make this asynchronous. So I'm thinking, because ultimately my goal is to be able to have each of these jobs run asynchronously. They don't need to wait for each other because that's just terrible. So yeah, okay. Also need to get the parameters. So if they're passing a script in, I'm just trying to remember how I caught the parameters. I'm gonna think, yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna leave it there. I think what I'm going to do is leave it there for today. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. It's definitely getting a bit late now. So what I need to do is stop that and focus on me. Yeah, we'll probably leave it there for today. That was actually really good. I got my pesta test done, which I'm very happy with. So my jobs are running, which is really good. Just run a quick another run. Convert from base 64. Yeah, which is really good. Azure functions are working well, so we're actually running our tests well, which is really good. I think the next big thing would be getting the rest of the tests done, and then basically getting the service written. And then once the service is written, then we can actually have some fun. So this is actually really cool. So obviously, once my pesta tests are all passed, then we should be alright. So that's basically passing, and there should be no issues there, which means we are done with that test, which I'm very happy with. So I think we can probably leave it there for today. Much longer stream than usual, but definitely worth it. I definitely got stuff done, and we finished the specific test. So I think I'm hoping that we can get this done sooner rather than later. I'm hoping to have this maybe finished before the end of this month. I'm probably going to be cracking out pretty hard now to try and get it done, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, so if you guys liked it, don't forget to subscribe. It's generally yeah, it obviously helps me out and keeps track. Also let me know in the suggestion box what you want to see. So I do have a few projects I have lined up in terms of what we want to do after this specific one, because it is taking quite a bit of time and it took a little bit longer than I would have liked. But at the same time, though, I think that yeah, if you know, obviously a bit of feedback from you guys is really good as well. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys liked it, and hope to see you guys next time. Anyway, bye for now.